All right, like for one more, since apparently what I was about to do, I get to have 2 hours instead of 1 hour, so why not actually make sure I do some extra thoughts? Because it could most likely eventually get out of my head, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot what I said. So, one question that does remain, because I think it's popped up somewhere else too. I think it was most likely for the pitch to have Goosebumps the game and have a sequel. So, there are, in quotations, monsters when they're a monstrous item. It's like, oh, and it's like, yeah, you can't really actually have those be in the game because they're items, magical supernatural items. It's like, okay. So then that actually solves the problem of the thing where it's like, well, isn't there items that you can give the player or you can actually use and stuff? It's like, that's what we're going to do. I think it really helps with the other game, which is the one that is akin to Secret Neighbor, where you have the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. And it's like, yeah, the Cuckoo Clock of Doom can kind of work in the one main version, but however, even so, I don't think it really can work. So, how will the Cuckoo Clock of Doom work in this game? Well, it's the same thing that happened in the book, hopefully, and also in the episode. You will actually have to know your friend, in quotations, friend or player's date. It's either when they were born or most likely, because that's kind of invasion of privacy, when did they first start their account? When did they first start actually being a part of whichever game system you're playing on? So, like for instance, let's say that someone played Xbox and they were an original Xbox fan and they started in 2000. Oh, here's a 2000 slot on the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Oh, and they're gone. They've been eliminated. It's even worse where it's like all four of you were actually, started in 2000. Oops, all four of you been eliminated. The monster wins. It's like, oh my gosh, what the It's like, yeah, it's like, but here's the funny caveat. If, the players can use it too and take out the monster itself and win the game like that. However, it gets very funny where it's like it's a Mexican standoff. It's a tie if all of you or one person is tied to the same exact year as the monster. Which I guess technically, if all four of you are stuck with the monster and oops, you all get eliminated, which just makes it a tie. However, it's kind of funny that one person, if he does get eliminated, he takes one for the team. Oh no, he doesn't get any points from it. Maybe. It could be a sacrificial. He's like, if it's like him himself who actually pulls the thing, then it'll be like it's a sacrifice, and he'll get some points, maybe even like one half of the points, like 1.5 of your points, like extra points for doing that noble sacrifice. But it's like you kind of actually have to. We have to figure out what exactly you can do. I guess technically, what you could do is just have it in the game itself, and you would basically so in the game itself, you most likely will get asked, "What's your birthday?" And if you don't want to disclose it, then it'll default to when you actually made the account. When you actually made your Xbox Live, PlayStation, Nintendo. I think Nintendo might do it, but I'm not sure. Well, however, I guess maybe you just force them to tell them your birthday. Yes, like so the birthday will be in there, and what you'll do is you have to figure something out. It's like, yeah, it's like the monster should not be able to actually just see your birthdays and then it's like game over. It's like it has to be something different. I think he has to most likely just ask a question. And, you know, I guess the cool part is like because it's kind of like Secret Neighbor, you won't know if the monster actually is asking you questions. Like if all five of you are like, oh, there's a Doom. When were you born? And the monster has to do no choice but to actually say that his birthday too, or he could lie about it. It's like, yeah. And it's like That'll be the fun part where it's like they can lie about when your birthday because they won't know until they see your bio on the Goosebumps card, which is like that'll be a good idea. It's like, yeah, everyone should have a profile that you can look at, click on, and just see, people that you played with previously. It's like that would be kind of cool, don't you think? So that's how an item will work. Is that it could actually be in the stage. It might not be on the stage. But I guess it's funny. It's like you can choose anything. I guess, or maybe the monster. Nah, I don't think the person who plays the monster should actually get to choose the level. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be in rotation, which means you might have to know what in. There's so many items where it's like, well, will some items be cut? And it's like, I'm not sure. I really think that all items that are cursed should be in there. I think the worst part would be the fact of where it's like, well, what if, shouldn't the dummies be items too? It's like, yeah, I think they might be items as well. And well, thinking about this is like, okay, so how many slots would they have in an inventory? And I'm like, perhaps it should be four. So you should have four because it's like I'm thinking when it comes to Slappy. When it comes to Bride of Living Dummy, his weakness is Julian. Yes, I know. It's like, yeah, Grim is gonna be like, oh god. And just to be funny as hell, I'm like, ask Pixie how can you use Julian from the it's Julian from Goosebumps Horror Town. So it'll be even more torture for Grim. He's like, oh my gosh, no, no, this picture, you chose this picture of Julian. What the frick? And I think maybe one out of 99 chances you get to see the TV show version of Julian. You know, mm, and basically it'll be a wood chipper, and you'll have the picture next to the wood chipper, something like that, and Slappy gets cut up, and you already know that Slappy turns into a ghost and can possess someone. This brings a new extra power that Slappy can use for the third, fourth installment. Is that the player who is the monster can actually take control of any player he chooses. I know that's crazy. So you're like, but then he's immortal. He's able to still play the game. It's like, yes, but I'm going to go with Supernatural Rules, the TV show. What you need to do is burn Slappy's body up. And that is why we basically get the idea of how what four slots instead of five, because make five slots, you're able to fit Slappy in all five of those slots. I would like it to be teamwork. So it's either you'll be able to find a blowtorch or a lighter, and you can just bring the lighter over there and start burning his bodies right there, or you need to find a fire pit or uh, what was it, campfire, and burn them that way, which means you have to carry the pieces and burn them that way. So it'll be kind of interesting where it's like, yeah, so if everyone teams up together, they all grab a piece or two, and well, it's kind of funny where the person, one of them was like, "Oh, God, he's trying to control me, guys. He's trying to control me." And note, there will be mics. 100%, there has to be mics in this. Yes, there has to be mics. Of course, there's going to be mics in this game. It's like he's trying to control me, guys. That's why I say walkie talkies previously. It's like he's trying to control me. Help! Yeah, and it helps out that it's going to be four. Excuse me, slots, not five, because for it to be five and there's four players, he's able to grab books, and it's like, oh wait, hold on, oh yeah, but he has to do it himself too. He has to actually take out the guy himself that he's possessing. So he has four books, and that means that for him to win, he has to toss the Slappy part out to get the fourth book into the thing, unless he's being strategic and be like, I get the three books, and then I'll come back and use the fourth book. But it's like, yeah, that's possible. Yeah, but let's see. I guess he could Bogard. I guess sadly he could Bogard. And I'm pretty sure you might have to make like some special game for it, just like how Death by Daylight does, where you're able to knock Slappy out of you. because it's like, yeah, he's trying to possess you, but you can take control back. That'll be kind of fun. That'll be a fun one. I think one other piece of items is like, yeah, it's like, will we really actually do the monster blood for it? Will we actually use it? And like, it has to be an item, and this item will be a cool item. I don't know exactly what would be the balance of the item, but I would say just one of them. Because you know what happens with monster blood 4, the blue monster blood, quote unquote. You eat it, you duplicate. And I'm like, then that's your extra life. Wherever you eat it, you're gonna get a second body. That body is lifeless. And you're gonna take that extra body and hopefully you put it somewhere safe. So when you do get captured by the book, you're able to just get back into it because you have a separate body. Awesome, right? But you can't just win with the extra body. The extra body will cut everything you do in half. You still need to get your original body back, but then you have to make sure that when you get your original body back, you will switch bodies, but you gotta make sure that other body is protected because, of course, that's your extra life. And if you get screwed over again, you know that you need to actually figure out some way to, you know, so you need to hide the body somewhere. I didn't think of this. It's like, what if you have the extra body, correct? And you are with Slappy from Bride. Then he could possess your body. And it's like, oh crap, he can possess the body that is an extra body. Uh-oh. He's like, that would be a good one. That's like, oh, that's a good uh-oh. That one, I don't know what you're gonna do on that one. It's like, yeah, so I guess seal him up in the book. Oh, I think that's a good idea because okay, so he can pretend to be you, which good luck with that, because he'll need the mic for it. But if you don't have a mic, then you're screwed. And it's like, yeah, we don't know which one it is. But the fun part is that, but a normal book will work on it, which means that you'll end the game because you don't need a special book for the magic typewriter or R.L. Stein, which that needs to be hammered out about. How will R.L. Stein save the day? Should you basically make it as if he is uh, Tommy Jarvis, or is he just gonna be an NPC that's able to just walk around and be a part of it, and you just have to point? So basically, he might have to follow somebody. I don't know. It's like, should it be an NPC? Should it be a person? That one's a good question. Where it's like, I don't know. That one's hard. That one is really hard to figure out. That one's gonna take some thinking. And which one do you choose? But yeah, I'm pretty sure Monster Build 4 should be like that. And should people be healed from it? Yeah, I think it's like, will they be like, of course, people got hurt. So, yes, they can attack. And of course, I would think Arl Stein should be a part of this a little bit, at least, when it comes to looks of the monsters, he can give you the okay or no way. It's like what he pictured the monster is, but it's like, again, you could take liberties, but however, I would like to lean towards what does he see when he looks at, you know, the monster in question? What does he see? And pretty sure we got to make sure it's like no offense to the council of the wiki page, but got to make sure that when it comes to doing it, we can 100% depend on whoever is going to be the Goosebumps historian, if we can call it that. Which there isn't a Goosebumps historian yet. It's like no, I think no one took that title. It's like oh, not it. But still, it's like yeah, we need to make sure that when it comes to the monsters, that works out that they look exactly what the book most likely has. And of course, you do have the aesthetic of the other, so you have the default one that you'll get, but you also have the variants that you can buy for $2.99, unless you're going to get the ultra freaking Slappy World Gone Mad, which is 14.99, 19.99 because he's super damn powerful. He is powerful. You want me to sell the powerful one that most likely will break the game for $2.99, $2.99? Are you out of your mind? We gotta make sure that when it comes to people using it, they will use it there would just be a short amount of people who's going to use it. That's all I'm saying. It's like we got to make sure that the game is balanced. You could say not use it at all, but it's like, well, it's in the book, sadly. So we have to abide by the powers that be within R.L. Stein's mind, making Slappy that powerful in Slappy world. Excuse me. Yeah, of course, you can easily just switch powers, which means switch variants. That switches the powers and the weaknesses of the monster. Mainly Slappy. It's like mainly Slappy because Slappy has like what? How many books? He have so many. So that means that he got lots and lots of powers. So I'm just instead of making him 100% the Watcher of Goosebumps, I'm just going to split him up into each different book, each powers that came out, each different book. He gets different powers for each book. I guess one good question is like, okay, so the dummies, period, all the dummies. Will they all be just in category of Slappy, or will they have different ones of themselves? And it's like, well, I guess they'll be different. They'll most likely be different. Because I guess Mary Mary Ellen, she deserves to be part of it, even though I think she only just has super strength allegedly. He's like, yeah, Snappy will be a part of it. Again, he also has super strength most likely, and man, he's look ugly. It's just like he's freaking ugly. Look at his damn eyes. It's like what the hell. Pretty sure he has lying and deception, but of course everyone knows like you're not gonna freaking trust freaking Snappy, of course not. But however, this is where it's like maybe you should have a, you know, item version of a dummy. Because that would help with the whole thing of Snappy being like, I'm not the one, I'm just an item. You could use me. So like yeah, items can walk around. So you have Slappy item that actually is from Goosebumps Horror Town, the last two books of the first arc. Because Slappy was very, very helpful, right? So it's like, So you can actually do the portrayal being like, which one do you choose? Do you choose which one's an item? And you're like, you don't know which one's an item because oopsies. It's like, yeah, so he's like, yeah, but it's like the items. That's the interesting part. It's like the person who is playing as Snappy or Slappy, whichever one, they have to actually know how the NPC speaks too. So it's kind of interesting where it's like, huh, yeah. I just thought to throw in extra stuff. And as for the consoles, I would say it'll cover many consoles. Of course, it's going to be on Switch, Switch 2. I'm pretty sure that could be the same thing. Let's just say like modern day right now as I'm recording this. That's what live streaming is. I would like PlayStation 4 and Xbox Series 1 to have this game as well. Just because. I mean, yes, PlayStation 5, Series X, yes, I know those deserve to have ports as well, but I'm like, can we actually make it so that they both can share the same port? Because, yeah, it's like, I get it that maybe we need to have a better version of it for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. But I'm like, did they really change any of the graphics? I don't think there was a big rush for it, so I'm saying let's just allow the same game to be played for both for both of them. And of course, PC gets to have a port too. Like, yeah, get PC, you get to have a port too. Hmm. I think that's about all that I want to say. It's like, yeah, some items, the ports of what was going to happen. Arl Stein being like involved of the designs of them. I don't know about the voice lines and stuff, but it's like you don't need really voice lines at all. It's like, yeah, I think it's about all. Should they actually have voice actors too? Or it's like, maybe? Or it's like, we'll have to dig deep on that. And I'm pretty sure when it comes to Count Nightwing, that was the one in Escape from Horrorland? Yeah, we have to get Jeff Goldblum's permission to have his likeness because that was a different version of him. Yeah, we got like at least what, four different versions of Nightwing, which basically would not even be like, he has different weaknesses. It would just be variants, just like actual variants where it's like, cosmetic ones. If it's cosmetic, then 99 cents. Because it's like, yeah, it's like those are just gonna be cosmetic. But I'm pretty sure with Jeff Goldblum, it won't be 99 cents. For him to use his likeness and most likely the others that aren't artwork. I'm pretty sure those guys will actually ask for more money. So that means that perhaps it might actually just be 2.99, just because those guys are actors. Unless they're gonna give us the approval and like, I approve you using me, then it's like cool. Then 99 cents because. But Jeff Goldblum, I'm pretty sure lots of people are gonna enjoy Jeff Goldblum's character look. I'm pretty sure we might have to eventually have like some, you know, lines from Jeff Goldblum being Nightwing, which I'm like, just rip it off from Escape from Horrorland. It's like I know this is not Power Rangers, but I'll just say for Power Rangers, y'all guys could have just ripped from the show people saying stuff, and there you go. You don't really have to pay them for money because they already said stuff back in the day. Grab the stuff they already said. It's like Goosebumps did freaking vampire breath. Use it. It's like, yeah. Oh, and I had another one, which was The Haunted Mask 2. The second Haunted Mask 2, the second Haunted Mask can most likely never be used because it's an old man. It's not useful. So since it's not useful, Eagles where it's like, yeah, we're not going to. It's gonna be an item. It's not gonna be a monster. It's gonna be an item, and I guess you could actually use that against the other haunted mask. I mean, yes, you can all. It's like it trumps things where it's like not only you can actually use that for the monster, but you can use it as a person too. You can just throw it to person. It's like here, use this, and it's like, whoa, what? It's like that'll be funny. It's like here, use this, and you got the choice of choosing to accept what he's going to give you or not accept what he's going to give you. So I'm pretty sure you might have to hand it to him. And will that work instead of just dropping it on the floor? It's like, here, take it. So it's like you have to have like a trust issue where it's like, yes, take it, don't take it. It's like, yeah, but wouldn't that make the monster easy to take them both out if they're waiting for that? It's like, so I don't know. It's like, yeah, I guess I was like, I don't know. It's like then you have to put it like in a box then. So you have the haunted mask and then you just wrap it up and it's like, here, take this. And it's like, yeah, but if it's a box, it's a haunted mask too. No, thank you. It's like you have to figure out some way how to make that work to where it's like you can actually defeat people with the haunted mask too. And of course, to cure yourself, you just need to find the costume that goes with it. Which basically makes me question, so then can you beat the original Haunted Mask the same way? It's like, no, it's a power of love. But it's like, yeah, but the second one should have been a power of love too, right? It shouldn't, I think they did that for the episode, but as for the book version, it was a costume. And I'm like, oh, then shouldn't the first one be able to do the costume too? And it's like, well, I think what will happen is that maybe we can just do an Easter egg for that one, where it's like you do find a costume for it, and when you do the costume for it, it's an automatic win for the monster. It's like, yeah, it's like an automatic win for the monster. But of course, one player has to give, the person who has the haunted mask the costume. Talk about the original one. But of course, there's more details, and I think there will be different cosmetics. So that means that there'll be different variants that will have different weaknesses, hopefully, for that one. And I think that's basically everything to mention this so far. I just needed extra stuff to talk about, extra stuff to add into the video game. And as for Dylan saying that I should make it, it's like, yeah, if someone crowdfunds me and I have a good team and we have the Goosebumps community to actually put in, it's like, what's the weaknesses of the person and all that, and who knows? We could actually maybe make this thing a real possibility. But again, it's like I'm not really a game company, and The only thing I could really do is just go to Scholastic and say, "Hey, don't you think you should make a game like this?" And then I give them these two live streams and slash videos, and they look at it, listen to it, and they're like, "Hmm, he got some good points here. Maybe we should find a game company that'll do it." And hopefully, find a competent one that isn't like sorry to be a jerk, but the ones that did uh, Night of Scares, yeah, the mobile game, it's like, yeah. I guess one thing I should say before I'm going to split is what should we do about the blood packets when it comes to Fifi? It's like, It's like, yes, it's like you have dogs. It's like you got two dogs. And it's like, what you gonna do for Fifi and what you gonna do about a barking ghost? And it's like, I think barking ghost should be easy. Yeah. But I think the barking ghost will be an interesting version that's gonna most likely, well, it's gonna have to be way back there though. It might be a skip. Is either it's not going to be a skip or it's going to be a magical item, which means that you might have to have some squirrels and some animals. You can actually capture squirrels and animals. You push the player in, throw the freaking pigeon in there, and the pigeon, now you're flying as a pigeon. It's like, yeah, it's like also why you're afraid of bees, same exact diff too. What are we gonna do about the egg monster? Egg monster, I think it might be an entity just like the monster blood. But this one's different because this one actually just, I guess the thing that you could do is allow that to be an item as well, or it's an entity that you have to be careful of. And if you do get swarmed by it, you'll lay an egg and that egg hatches, and then you're that monster that's in the egg. It's like, then how do I get to back into my body? It's like, I think that might be what the barking ghost will have to be, where it's like, yeah, a friend will have to help you out, carry your body, throw your body in there with you as that whatever monster, and you're able to transfer back. And now the monster is, I don't know. It's like, will the monster attack you? It's like, that's a good question. We don't know. It's like, yeah, you might just have a little buddy now. The monster is a little buddy that's able to freaking just crawl around and stuff and just pile around with you, and you're able to command it. Some weird crap going on here. Some weird crap. I think I have one more thought, but it's like, I think I forgot it now. But overly, all of this and I'm shoving into it is basically grounds to make a video game. Yep. Hopefully this will be good, and I'm just trying to make sure. I think I already talked about why I'm afraid of bees, which I forgot what that happened. Oh yes. What about the Beast of the East? I would love to make that a third game, or make it basically make it like a secret neighbor and you have a crazy freaking thing for it. But it's like Beast of the East is difficult because, I mean, the time limit helps. At least there's a time limit. But it's like, do we really need to make a stage where it's basically a weird, crazy freaking forest and you have to try to hide in places and you have 10, 20 minutes? I guess you 20 minutes. And it's like the game basically never ends, but the time limit could help that. But it's like, yeah, let's talk about if it actually is in the main game. It doesn't have a weakness. It doesn't have a weakness. From what we can tell right now, he does not have a weakness. All he was the factor where it's like, ooh, it looks like you have level 2 duplication. And it's like, hmm, Monster Blood 4 could help you with that. But it's like, yeah, but the other one won't be able to move, you know? So it's like, I guess you have to eat the monster blood for before its very eyes and it duplicates and then there you go and then you win. It's like, no, I think technically the beast from the east it'll basically just go to some kind of freaking shed or something and it'll turn into the next level monster. So it's like, yeah, that doesn't help out, does it? Or do we just cop out and just say, and to be continued? You win. To be continued, you win. And then the person whoever actually used that, you'll get the mark of the beast. And I'm pretty sure you would think that that's a good achievement. No, it's not. The mark of the beast most likely means that as soon as something happens to where it's like Earl Stein finally wants to do a sequel to Beast of the East, we'll use that beast, and then oh, you're screwed. He's like, oh, you're screwed. It's like, oh, you screwed. Oh yes. How can you do local play is a good question. For me, I'm like, I kind of want you to. It's like, yeah, allowing the system to be able to just have four players in it, and you have to do an online part to get the monster. That would be cool. I think that would be fun. So yeah, it's like you can sit on the couch together, all four of you, and you can play together. Basically, like Goosebuds. It's like Goosebuds have, and also like I think they're gonna bring the girl in, so all four of y'all can play the game, and so is the monster. I think technically, if you have the Switch, it's like yes, like if you're able to do cross play. I think that's the only way. It's like if you have a Switch, you're able to have four players, and you do cross play in other consoles over there, and that one will be the monster. That there you go. But that's going to take some tinkering to do, right? I'm pretty sure more than anything, it's like I would love to have it where you have four people playing side by side, but however, it might not be truly like that. But as for local play like Switch, where it's like you have many freaking Switches together in the same room, oh yeah, that can work out. That'll be good. Anyways, have a scary night. And if I have any more thoughts of how to make the game a little bit more or other concepts about, monster items and monsters, we'll make a new one. Again, have a scary day. Have a scary night.